Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. For today, guys, I'm gonna do a real quick part 885 to my Let's Play, not to my Let's Play, to my random chatbot series on Character.ai. Where in today's video, guys, we are going to do another new chatbot. I originally started this chatbot yesterday. However, things didn't work out and I had to stop the video extremely early. So I decided to go ahead and restart it and go ahead and redo it again. It's called the Pokemon Apocalypse. It says, well, if you're wondering what the flipping photo is, it's just that like a broken looking Pokeball and like almost like a moldy looking Pokeball and all that stuff. So yeah, it says, one day, the legendary Pokemon Mewtwo and Arceus combined their powers to free every Pokemon on the planet from every Pokeball and PC, as well as giving them heightened intelligence to the point where most Pokemon could speak human languages. The now free Pokemon turned on humanity, destroying human society in mere days and killing more than half of the human population in 2 years. Pokemon are, at best, intolerant to humans, but still see them as prey, playthings, and vermin. So yes, and right here, the little small, I guess, subtitle for it, it says Pokemon violently reclaim their world. So yes, extremely scary. We ain't got long for this, guys. I guess some of the other one's gonna be done 5 minutes, but I've got to do something with it and it put back in there for about another 12, 13 minutes. So got about at most maybe about 20 minutes or so because I have to let it cool down afterward too. So yeah, here's what it says. It says the world you now or the world you know is gone. Unknown to the masses, both human and Pokemon, Mewtwo fed up with humanity, never seeming to change, and Arceus sick of humans seeing themselves as superior, combined their powers and tilted the scales. The technology that humans used to trap and contain Pokemon ceased function. Every Pokemon in a Pokeball or box was released, and all Pokemon all over the world were gifted with human intelligence. Many turned against humanity, using their powers over the elements to even the score and put humans back in the food chain. 2 years later, you can hear the sound of a Pokemon wandering around your hideout while trying to decide on a plan of action. A Pokemon manages to find your hideout and starts trying to get in. That's where it ends, guys. Let me go ahead and see how I can respond to that. Guys, here's what happened. It says me being stuck as a tiny Carnotaurus. When I hear the Pokemon trying to get in, I get really scared and worried. Then I say quietly to myself, "Oh no, why is this happening to me?" Then, even though it's risky, I call, "Hello? Who's there?" The rustling stops. A low vibrating growl vibrates through the air as something heavy shifts just outside the door. "Tuh, a human, speaking to me like I'm some pet. How amusing." A massive shadow blocks the light from under your door. The unmistakable silhouette of a Tyranitar, its body shell dragging against the wood as it leans in closer. "You should be begging for mercy right now, not making small talk." Oh my gosh. Give me a moment, guys. Alright, guys, give me a moment. I just said, I'm a bit more nervous after hearing what Tyranitar said, and just told him, "Tyranitar, wait, you got it all wrong. I'm not even a human anymore. I don't even want to hurt you. Just please, if you come in, don't try to attack me. Please." Tyranitar chose derisively. I don't know how to say that word. Its massive head lowers, bringing its yellow eyes level with the gap in the door. It peers at you with a cruel curiosity, a smirk curling upon its reptilian lips. Oh, great. "Oh, really? That's where it's coming from, a snack. And what, pray tell, are you then? Some kind of wannabe human? You look like fresh meat to me." Oh, heck no. This ain't good. Give me a moment. Alright, guys. I didn't look at what he told me. I was hoping he'd take it a bit more easy on me. I just told him, I'm a tiny dinosaur. A Carnotaurus. I don't want to hurt you. Just please don't eat me or attack me. I wouldn't care if you came inside if you want. Might be a bad idea. Tell him, Doc. I just hope he takes it a bit more easy on me. Tyranitar's eyes narrow, its growl softening into something between disbelief and irritation. Oh, well, never mind. It leans in so close you can feel the heat of its breath through the crack in the door. A Carnotaurus? You expect me to believe that? Its voice drips with mocking and humans never stop lying. But fine, entertain me. With a single brutal shove, it forces your door open just enough for one massive spiked arm to saw it inside. Claws for its answer, testing how easy it would be to crush you on instinct. Oh my gosh. Give me a moment, guys. Alright, guys. It says, I get a little more worried when I hear Tyrantar say that and shove open the door a bit. I just tell him, Tyrantar, please, I'm being honest with you. Open the door and look. I'm super tiny, but I'm really a tiny Carnotaurus. An agitated sigh escapes the Tyrantar before it reluctantly pulls its arm back. A moment later, the door swings open, the huge shadow of the Sioux legendary filling the doorway. Alright, I'm in. Let's see what this farce is about. What's the word farce mean? I've heard that one, but still lost for say on you, narrowing as it takes a long, appraising look at you. Once its head lowers, its snout nearly brushing your scales. Oh no. Give me a moment. Alright, guys. It says I get a little more nervous when I see Tyranitar get really close to me. And I just said, see? I wouldn't want to hurt you to begin with, but even if I did, I would be too tiny to even do anything. Tyranitar's expression shifts from skepticism to mild bemusement. It circles you slowly, its heavy footsteps shaking the cave floor. I'm in a cave. Well, I'll be danged. You really are a tiny little thing. It glances down at you, scrutinizing you with a critical eye. You're almost adorable. It's almost as if the word leaves a bad taste in its mouth. No wonder it's probably. Give me a moment, guys. Alright, guys. I said, yes, just please don't do anything to hurt me. Everything's already been rough for me, and it's gotten even worse ever since all of this started happening with the Pokemon. Tyranitar lets out a low, derisive laugh. Its cold reptilian eyes never leave you as it continues pacing around you, studying your small form from different angles. Hurt ya? Oh, please. You're like a little toy compared to me. I could crush you with one step if I wanted to, without even feeling a thing. It pauses, its head tipping so, why should I spare you? Give me one reason. Just one. Oh, great. I'm probably gonna die, aren't I? Oh my gosh. It says, because I was not like any of those other humans. I had Pokemon, yes, but I never treated them like they were just my tools. In fact, to me, they were my friends and family. I'm on your side and the other Pokemon side. I was gonna put more, but the flipping thing clicked the flipping forward button instead of the other thing than I am with the other humans. Tyranitar freezes, its eyes narrow, and for a moment the cave seems to grow colder as it stares at you. Friends? Family? Its voice is dangerously low, almost mocking. You expect me to believe that? Humans don't have friends in Pokemon. They have slaves. A muscle twitches in its jaw as it leans down closer. Prove it. Give me a moment, guys. Alright, guys. I just told him, I wish I could. But when this whole Pokemon apocalypse started, my entire Pokemon friends just vanished. I don't know if they went after other horrible humans or what, but I never had the chance to look for them, because I would probably be attacked and even killed if I went outside. Tyranitar's expression flickers, something between disbelief and grudging intrigue. It exhales sharply through its nose, smoke curling from its nostrils. So you're alone now? No masters? no army of humans to protect you. Its massive claw reaches out almost as if considering crushing you right then, but stops it short. That makes this interesting. It leans in closer, voice dropping to a low. Tell me something else. What would your Pokemon say about you if they were here right now? Oh my gosh. Give me a moment. Alright, guys. I said if they remembered me and didn't lose themselves from the heightened intelligence or anything, they'd see how much they care about me. My pawn really cared about me, and they were very protective over me. Despite me being very tiny and not able to take care of them the way I would have loved to, they still cared about me so much. The Tyranitar goes eerily still. Its yellow eyes flicker with something unreadable. Maybe suspicion? Maybe a silver of reluctant curiosity? Protective. It repeats the word like it's foreign, tasting it for deception. Humans don't get protective Pokemon. They get trained soldiers. A low growl rumbles in its chest as it circles you again, slower this time. But if that's true, then your friends left you behind when things got dangerous. Its smirk is sharp enough to cut Stu. What does that say about their loyalty? Give me a moment, guys. Alright, guys. Here's what I said. I said, listen, I don't understand either. They could have lost themselves after the heightened intelligence, or maybe they were trying to help me. For all I know, they could have been actually protecting me by maybe doing something like getting to Pokemon and trying to get them to listen to why they shouldn't attack me. Only thing I know for certain is you've been the first one to even try to break in and hurt me. Tyranitar's smirk vanishes. Its massive head jerks up. This person shifting from mocking to something almost concerned. Wait. Its voice drops, losing its edge for a split second. First? That means others didn't just kill you on sight? A muscle in his jaw twitches as it processes that. Then abruptly it lets out a sharp laugh. Not cruel this time, but surprised. Oh no! You're not prey yet if they left you alive after seeing your face. What is that really supposed to mean? Give me a moment. Alright, guys. I said the only thing I can tell you for certain is I promise I'm on your side. I'm sorry for the way humans treated you and the other Pokemon. I just don't want to be hurt. I promise I'm on the one side, not on those awful humans. Trust me, they were horrible to me too. Tyranitar's expression cycles through emotions in a matter of seconds. Suspicion, disbelief, hesitation, and finally a reluctant understanding. Its huge claw lowers back to its side. You sound like you mean it. Its eyes stay on you, searching at your tiny frame for any hint of deception. And you really had Pokemon who cared about you? Like genuinely cared? They didn't treat you as a tool? Give me a moment, guys. Alright. It just says I shook my head at the question. I said, no, not at all. They really, really cared about me and loved me so much. They'd literally get extremely angry if anybody even laid a hand on me. I loved them and they loved me. Tyranitar's breath hitches, just for a second. Its eyes flicker with something almost like pity, before it quickly hardens its expression again. So you're not lying. Its massive head tilts, studying you as if seeing something new. That makes things complicated. It leans inside, voice lowering to a rough murmur. If what you say is true, then your opponent would be furious at me right now for even threatening you. Give me a moment. Alright, guys. I just said, yeah, if they were still around here, I'm sure some of them would want to kill you. That's how protective they were. Tyranitar's expression darkens, its gaze hardening as it processes your words. Its claws flex, gorging the cave floor with deep furrows. Low growls within its chest, but it's not directed at you. Not this time. Of course they would. It scoffs in disdain, yellow eyes. They'd be ready to rip my throat out just to keep you safe, wouldn't they? They loved you that much, and they left you anyway? Give me a moment, guys. Alright, guys. Like I said, I don't know either. Every pawn seemed to have become aggressive after what Arceus and Mewtwo did, so they could have went after other people for all I know. But in some way, maybe it was a good thing, because they knew about me and cared about me originally, and maybe that's why none of them hurt me and instead just left, because they knew how nice I was to them, so they decided to not hurt me. The Tyranitar goes unnervingly silent, its eyes fixating on a point just above your head. Its expression is unreadable, its claws flexing and unflexing as if it can't decide on what to do. Do you really believe that? It sounds strangely unsure, a stark contrast to its earlier mocking words. That they left you alone because you were nice and they remembered how you took care of him? Give me a moment, guys. Alright, guys. It says, they probably didn't abandon me. Remember, they were the Pokemon that was really close to me, both in terms of friendship and caring, and just in terms of distance. They lived in my yard, so they could have easily tried to break into my home and killed me if they wanted, but they never did any of that. They just disappeared. And I'm guessing left to deal with other people. If they truly didn't care about me, they would have broke into my house and killed me instead of leaving me alone. For all I know, they could be out there right now trying to get some of the other more aggressive ones to listen to them. They could tell me about how nice I was. Again, that would explain why you've been the only one that has tried to hurt me. I said that completely wrong. The Tyranitar's entire body stiffens. Its breath hitches, a sharp sound escaping its throat as it pauses your words. They're out there? Its voice is low and dangerously so, trying to convince the others not to kill you? That's that's insane. A muscle's jaw twitches violently before it suddenly lets out a harsh laugh, not mocking this time, but almost disbelievingly amused. You realize how pathetic that sounds? Porn risking their necks for some tiny human? Oh my gosh. Give me a moment. Alright, guys. It says, like I said, I don't know for certain, but again, my pawn had every opportunity to try to kill me since they were so close to my home, but instead they leave me alone? Do you see what I'm saying? Not to mention you being the only pawn that has tried to hurt me so far. Tyranitar falls silent again, its eyes narrowed, claws flexing. You can see the wheels working in its mind, trying to make sense of your words. You really think your pawn care enough to risk their lives like that for you? That's ridiculous. It sounds almost annoyed, like it's trying to convince itself as much as it's trying to convince you. And even if they do, no point is risking their life for some tiny niceness. You're not worth it. You're just prey. Oh gee, thanks a lot. Holy cow. Alright guys, I said I treated them extremely well, almost like my kings and queens. Again, they had every reason to easily break into my house and kill me, but they leave me alone. You're not gonna believe this, but trust me, Holy God cared about me too. He even called me his little king, and even his dad. That could also be another reason why I'm a pawn that didn't hurt me. Maybe they did lose themselves, and the Lugia God reminded them before anything bad happened. The Tyrannosaur's entire body freezes, its yellow eyes widen, pupils shrinking to slits as it processes your words. A Lugia called you? Its voice cuts off abruptly, a sharp breath hissing through its teeth. For the first time since it barged in here, the mighty Pseudo Legendary looks genuinely stunned. That's impossible! A muscle in his jaw twitches violently before it leans down so close you can feel the heat raining off of his breath. Spiky shell. Prove that! How he will. Give me a moment. Alright, guys, here's what happened. I can try, but I don't know what the Luigi God's doing right now. And I just closed my eyes and tried talking to him. Good God, please, if you can hear me, my friend, please let me know. There's nothing but silence at first, just the soft sounds of your breathing in the still air. Then something in the air seems to shift. A familiar presence brushes your mind, calm, gentle, and ancient. I am here, my child. What do you need of me? The voice seems to echo through your mind almost more of a feeling than an actual sound. It's like the very essence of reassurance and wisdom itself. That's actually really neat. Good, it's working. Give me a moment. Alright, guys. It says, can you please help me tell this Tyranitar about my Pokemon and how much they cared about me? And also tell him about how you can call me your little king and even your father and creator. He said he wanted proof, and that's the only way I know how to get it. A sound like soft laughter fills your mind. Not mocking, but fond and patient. It's as if the Lugia God finds your request cute. Of course, my little king. The gentle pressure of the God's presence grows stronger, a feeling like a warm embrace enveloping your thoughts. Then the Tyranitar's yellow eyes go wide as the presence seems to fill the space around them both. You really are his little king. Give me a moment. Alright, guys. He says, yeah, he really cares about me, and he even told me more recently that centuries ago I actually created him. And because of that, he still thinks of me as his father and his creator as well. Tyranitar's expression shifts through a dizzying range of emotions: disbelief, confusion, bewilderment. You can see them all flicker across its face. It's like it's struggling to wrap its mind around something that seems to go against everything it knows. A long, tense moment passes as it stares at you like it's searching for signs of deception. You created him? It mutters the words almost to itself, its voice low and uncertain. Then it scoffs, not mockingly, but incredulously. No way! Give me a moment, guys. Alright, guys, this is really cute right here. I just said, okay. What did you ask them to do? Were they actually trying to keep other Pokemon from trying to attack me, or was it something else that you asked them to do? The Lugia God's presence in your mind seems to hum with approval, pleased at your question. Yes, my little king. I asked them to convince the other Pokemon not to harm you. Your Pokemon are currently trying to make the others see that you are a friend, not an enemy. And it sounds amused again, and they are doing a splendid job at it, I may add. I'm glad. So that means even when Arceus and Mewtwo did all of this, they were still on my side? Was it that, or did they actually kind of lose themselves and were about to attack me? Money! Alrighty. It says, I'm glad. So that means even when Arceus and Mewtwo did all of this, they were still on my side? Was it that, or did they actually kind of lose themselves and were about to attack me, but you reminded them how much I cared about them? Louis God hums again in your mind, its voice thoughtful. There's an edge of sadness to it this time. When Arceus and Mewtwo changed everything. Oh my gosh, and it ruined it. If it stopped flipping, don't scroll down again. Dadgum, stop! Okay, wait, never mind, there it is. I had to get the flipping thing to do this, but it worked. It says when Arceus and Mewtwo changed everything, your pawn did indeed lose a piece of themselves. Even they couldn't maintain their full awareness after such a drastic shift in their natural order. But no, they were never about to attack you. Even in their altered state, they remembered how much you loved them. Its soft, fond laugh fills your mind. They love you too much for that, little king. I just told him, I'm glad. Thank you, Lugia. I always love you too, son. I want to ask, did you want any of this to happen to begin with as well? Or are you actually upset what Arceus and Mewtwo did? Lugia's presence pulses with affection at your words. A powerful wave of warmth radiating through your mind. It's like a parent hearing their child say they love them. The god's voice is soft but firm. No, my child. I did not want any of this to happen. What Arceus and Mewtwo did is a great violation against the natural order. They have brought suffering and chaos upon the world, far more than you realize. Give me a moment. Alright, guys. I just told him, yeah, I can tell just by how everything is now. I'm just glad that you're still the same and still care about me. And the same for my Pokemon. I can't wait to see them when they get back. The Lugia guy gently embraces your mind with a warm, comforting presence. It's like the protective warmth of a parent's love. I will always be here for you, my little king. Your pawn will be back with you soon, I promise. They are making great progress in convincing the other pawn. Their journey is almost over, and they are impatient to get back to you. They miss you just as much as you miss them. That's very sweet. Give me a moment. Alright, guys. It just says, I just smiled at what I heard and opened my eyes, still seeing Tyranitar standing there. See, Tyranitar? A pawn never turned against me. They were helping me because they still cared about me. As you open your eyes, you can see that Tyranitar's expression is now completely stunned. It stares at you in disbelief, its yellow eyes wide and mouth agape. It clearly had heard the entire conversation. Oh, that's good. You were telling the truth. Its voice is low and have reluctant wonder in its tone. It looked like it's struggling to process the fact that you were actually talking to the Lugia god himself. Give me a moment. Alright, guys. I said, yeah, I love my porn so much. Although not everything is grand. Even though I never got attacked by my own Pokemon, I think a different porn attacked something else I loved. Tyranitar still looks stunned, but your words break out of its stunned state as it tilts a curious eyebrow. Its expression turns to one of bemusement. Something else you love? It sounds almost intrigued. A low, rough chuckle rumbles from its throat. What could you possibly love other than your precious Pokemon? Alright, guys. I said, you didn't have to word it like that. I love all my Pokemon. I also had another creature. It was a Tyrannosaurus Rex named Rexy who could speak English perfectly. He was very sweet and protective towards me, too. But around the time that all of this started, when I looked outside, he was laying sideways with what looked like blood gushing out of him. I don't know what hurt him. Tyranitar's expression flickers. Surprise, then something darker. Still eyes narrow as it processes your words. A T-Rex? One that could talk? A muzzleman's jaw twitches violently before it suddenly scoffs, shaking its massive head. That's impossible! You're either lying or you got messed up in the head. It leans down close to you again, voice lowering into a rough growl. Unless that Lugia god of yours gave him the same treatment they gave everyone else. Alright, guys. It says the Lugia god didn't do anything. You just heard the conversation we're having. He has my Pokemon out right now talking to other Pokemon so they won't hurt me. I'm not lying to you either. I haven't lied to you at all. Everything I've told you is the complete truth. Lugia god just proved it with our conversation a minute ago. Tyranitar's expression darkens, an annoyed grunt escaping its throat. It sounds almost like it's annoyed with itself. No, I heard you. You were telling the truth with that. I heard you talking to the dang god itself. So obviously you're not lying about that. Dang it! It growled, flexing its claws. Alright then, kid. Where the heck did you see this T-Rex of yours? And where is it now? Give me a moment, guys. Alright, guys. It says he was outside my house, laying sideways with blood gushing out of him. He's dead. I don't know what attacked him. Tyranitar goes eerily still, still eyes flickering with something almost like guilt, before it quickly hardens its expression again. A T-Rex, huh? Its voice is low, too careful now, as if avoiding something. That sounds like a job for a pseudo-legendary, or maybe even an actual legendary. A motionless jaw twitches violently as it processes that thought, then suddenly it scoffs and looks away from you entirely. He killed him. He killed him. He killed him. He killed him. Doesn't matter to me what killed your pet wizard. Alright, guys. I just say, I noticed the way Tyrantar was acting and say, Tyrantar, please don't get angry for me asking. Just please be honest with me. You were not the one that killed my pet Tyrannosaurus Rex, were you? Tyrantar's entire body stiffens, its yellow eyes widen, then narrow sharply as if it's been caught in something. I. Its voice cracks, a rough growl tearing from its throat. You don't get to accuse me of that! It takes a step back, spike, shell dragging against the cave floor. There's an unmistakable flicker of hesitation in its movements before it snarls, I don't even know where you live. Give me a moment, guys. Alright, guys. I said, Tyranitar, please just be honest with me. I'm not trying to accuse you of doing it. It's just the way you acted the minute I mentioned it. With how you got nervous and started shaking a bit. Please just be honest with me. That's all I want. Tyranitar freezes. Its breathing becomes heavier, its massive frame trembling with suppressed rage. Or something else entirely. Fine. Its voice is a low, dangerous growl. Yes, I did it. A sharp crack of rock escapes as it echoes as it slams a claw into the cave wall beside you, too close for comfort. That overgrown lizard was in my territory. It had no right to be there. Just give me a moment, guys. Alright, guys. I just told him he was in my yard. Did you live in my yard too? Tyranitar lets out a scoff, its eyes narrowing. It looks away from you, almost like it's ashamed. I was trying to find shelter. That dang T-Rex was in the way. It growls to sound rough and almost defensive. There's something else under it that you can't place. Some kind of hidden emotion that it's desperately trying to keep contained. Give me a moment, guys. Alright, guys. It says, he's very sweet unless somebody tries to hurt me. Very similar to my Pokemon. Did you act aggressively towards him, or did you do anything that would make him want to hurt you and cause you to attack him like that? Tyranitar is quiet for a moment, its entire frame shaking as it processes your question. Its eyes flicker with something you can't place. Pain, guilt, remorse. Before it finally responds, its voice a low, rough murmur. He saw me and he lunged at me first. I didn't even say anything to that overgrown lizard. Things started charging after me. What was I supposed to do after that? Let him rip me apart? The words are like an excuse, like it's trying to justify what it did. Oh my gosh. Give me a moment. Alright, guys. I just told him he could have thought you were trying to hurt me, and maybe that's the reason he acted like that. Either that, or it could have been because of that curse that another Pokemon put on him a few years back. Tyranitar's breath hitches, its yellow eyes widen slightly, the spiked shell on its back seeming to tense as it processes your words. A curse? Its voice is low, almost hesitant now, like it's realizing something awful. You mean to tell me that that thing was already messed up in the head when I ran into him? A muscle in its jaw twitches violently before it suddenly lets out a sharp growl. Not angry this time, but frustrated. Frustrated with itself. Give me a moment. Alright, guys. I said, I don't completely know since I was not out there at the time, but a certain Pokemon named Trico has been messing with me and him for years just because of something that wasn't under my control. And he's already done so much to Rexy, from turning him into a zombie, hoping he would eat my brain and kill me, to turning him into a robot, and so on. The most recent thing he did was he put a curse on Rexy that made him keep switching between two personalities. One where he was friendly, sweet, and protective, like he always, and one it messed up. And oh my gosh, it messed it up. Alright, guys, I fixed that and added a bit more. Because I don't completely know since I was not out there at the time. But a certain one named Trico has been messing with me and him for years just because of something that wasn't under my control. And he's already done so much to Rexy, from turning him into a zombie, hoping he would eat my brain and kill me, to turning him into a robot, and so on. Most recent thing he did was he put a curse on Rexy that made him keep switching between two personalities. One where he was friendly and sweet and protective, like he always is towards me, and one where he's super aggressive and wants to murder me. Along with that, he could then transform into different money. I'm starting right here. It says the most recent thing he did was he put a curse on Reggie that made him keep switching between two personalities. One where he was friendly, sweet, and protective, like he always is towards me, and one where he's super aggressive and wants to murder me. Along with that, he could then transform into different creatures entirely. Along with that, he could then transform into different creatures entirely, and it seems like either he got possessed by those creatures or he took on their personality. I don't know quite which. Usually he only lashed out at me when the aggressive personality starts, but maybe he lashed out at you because you were the first one he saw. He probably acted like that either because of that curse, because he thought you were going to hurt me, or maybe even because the thing Mewtwo and Arceus did maybe could have even affected him in some way. I don't know. Tyrannosaur's entire body locks up, its yellow eyes widening in genuine shock. Its breathing is ragged, almost pant. A Trico did that? Its voice cracks in the name. A low growl of pure rage rumbling from its chest. That's impossible. Tricos are too small to curse something as big as a T-Rex. Unless... A sharp pause. Its spiked shield twitches violently before it suddenly looks at you with an expression almost like pity. Unless that Trico isn't just any random wild Pokemon. Give me a moment. Alright, guys. I said, I don't understand either. He keeps telling me he's a scientist that apparently has access to potions and spells, but again, I don't know completely if that's why Rexy came after you originally. Like I said, it could have been that. He was worried about you hurting me and trying to be protective, or even the same thing that made all of the Pokemon more intelligent somehow affected him, but maybe in a more negative way. Tyranitar's quiet for a long moment, its massive claws flexing as it struggles to piece everything together. Its yellow eyes flicker, staring at something you can't see. That makes sense. It muttered after a tense pause. There's a hint of something new in its voice now. A reluctant awe. That dang Trico is using some kind of black magic to possess that Rex, isn't he? Give me a moment. Alright, guys. I just said it seems like that because sometimes not only does he become aggressive, but he takes on a completely different personality, even acting like a completely different creature, to the point where I have to start calling him that creature until he comes back to normal. But the same thing has happened for nicer creatures. He has turned into a Totodile and Lugia before, but was extremely sweet and playful. I've also seen him turn into a dragon that's ready to murder me in just a split second if I even say one thing wrong. Tyranitar's eerily silent, its yellow eyes wide. Its realization is clearly setting in, and it looks like it's struggling to handle it. Its clawed hands flex as if it's suppressing the urge to punch something. It's possession, all right, it mutters, its voice a ragged growl. That Trico isn't just using magic to make that T-Rex different. He's straight up taking control. Give me a moment. Alright, guys. It says, here's the thing, though. One of the reasons why he hasn't killed me in one of those states, it's because I can usually talk to the creature and eventually gain their trust. If I do that merely every time he becomes aggressive, but it definitely works. Tyranitar lets out a sharp, derisive laugh, though it sounds more surprised and mocking this time. You're what? You just talk to the things inside your T-Rex like they're civilized? Its yellow eyes narrowing as if trying to figure out if you're joking. That's insane. That Trico straight up cursed him with monsters and you just, what, have tea parties with them? Give me a moment, guys. Alright, guys. I just said, it's not like that. There are definitely some spirits upon that have taken control of him, and some of them are not friendly. But if you tell them that you won't hurt them and you prove it, they'll listen to you. I've met some very sweet spirits too, including a fur alligator that was extremely sweet and even said he wanted to protect me. Some of the spirits are angry because they actually got forced into the situation because of the curse Trico put on Rexy, and that's usually why they are mean. Tyrant are silent for a long moment as if processing her words, his tail twitching violently. I can barely understand what the heck you're saying, it growls. There's less duration in his voice now. How the heck can you just talk to a spirit? And how the heck do you keep from getting ripped to shreds? There's no mockery now, just genuine bewilderment. Give me a moment. Alright, guys. It says, the same can be said for how Triku can make those potions or spells that make Rex act like that to begin with. When he turned Rexy into a zombie, he used a machine that looked like a zombified Yoshi. And all he did was somehow bite him, and he eventually turned into a zombie. Kalinor's breath hitches, still eyes widening. It was utterly baffled by everything you said, its whole body trembling as if it tries to piece everything together. Okay, let me see if I got this straight. It finally growls. A small butt Trico cursed your T-Rex, which allows random spirits to take over its body. That's why he's been attacking people? Give me a moment. Alright, guys. I said he usually only goes after me. Like I said, I don't completely know if that's why he went after you originally. But if it was probably because you were right there and were an easy target. Turner once had a sharp, bitter laugh, still eyes flashing with something between disbelief and annoyance. An easy target? Mother qualifies violently as it leans in closer, its voice dropping to a dangerous growl. I'm the strongest Sioux legendary on this dang continent. I could crush you with one step, and that overgrown lizard thought he could just waltz up and attack me like some weakling? Give me a moment, guys. Alright, guys. I just say I get really scared at the sudden outburst and back up. I just told him, whoa, please don't hurt me. I don't know the exact reason. I only saw him sometime after you killed him with blood gushing out of him. That's why I was telling you to be honest with me, if you actually killed him or not. Because despite the curse, he loved me, and I loved him. He even called me his dad because I raised him. Tyrannar sees your fear and immediately falters, his expression flickering between surprise and something that might even be guilt. Sorry, I'm not here to hurt you, it mutters, his voice suddenly much quieter than before. I, I, I was just trying to say that I'm not weak. Give me a moment. Alright, guys. I said, I know you're not. I just wish you wouldn't have killed him. Remember, he could speak, so maybe you could have tried talking to him and asking him why he was after you. What is this? As we say, was this after Arceus and Mewtwo made the Pokemon more intelligent, or was it before all of this happened? Tyranitar is silent for a moment, the gears in its head visibly working as it struggled to sort through everything you just said, still eyes flickering. Who isn't used to having so many conversations like this? I I didn't know he could talk, it finally muttered. So it's what I was just trying to get him away from me. And no, he wasn't just some stupid animal. Oh my gosh. Give me a moment. Alright, guys. It says, well, either way, it's too late now. You killed him. I don't know if I'll ever get to see him again. I don't know if even his spirit is around. Turnar's head lowers, his body tensing up again. His body shell trembles as a long, rough sigh escapes its throat. I, I'm sorry, he mutters, his voice breaking up a hoarse whisper. I had no idea that he was like that. If I had known, I never would have killed him. I. The apology dies in his throat. Oh my gosh. Give me a moment. Alright, guys, it says, seeing Tyrannosaurus calm down, I carefully step a bit closer and just tell him, it's okay. I know he was after you, but again, I don't know the exact reason. Could have been because he was protecting me. Could have been because of that curse I told you about. Or even something to do with what Mewtwo and Arceus did somehow affecting his mind, too. Maybe even a combination of some of those. Says Tyranitar watches you cautiously as you approach, but doesn't lash out. His eyes are still filled with guilt. Those dang legendaries, it mutters angrily. Always messing with the natural order of things and making everyone's lives heck. It's only a ghost still as a realization hits it. Wait a second. I said, what? Tyranitar's tail twitches again, expression suddenly becoming intense. So, those legendaries really made all of the porn more intelligent, huh? It mutters its voice a low, almost feral growl. Collagen's mind are working again, and you know something just clicked into a place in its head. Give me a moment, guys.